Keep her in touch. Harry's been hard at work writing his memoir. The autobiography promises unparalleled insight into Harry's childhood, marriage, and military service. A source says, he knows everyone is anxious to read it. One anxious party is his grandmother, Elizabeth. She's already fought with Harry over what the book may contain, a source says. He promised to show her the final draft I ordered to get her stamp of approval before it's published, the insider explains, but when she called and asked him to send her a copy, he refused. Elizabeth is apparently squarely focused on her platinum jubilee and doesn't want anything to tarnish her event. Harry, on the other hand, is reportedly trying to convince Elizabeth that allowing her to read his memoir would break the deal with his publishing company, but she's not a fool. Royal insiders say, there are fears he'll go on a royal character assassination spree. Harry pointedly never revealed which royal questioned the skin color of his then unborn son, so that's some potential juicy drama there alone. One source concludes, if he betrays the monarchy in his book, she might just disown him for good. According to a source, royal family members, including the Queen and Harry's estranged brother Prince William and wife Duchess Kate, have major concerns over what Harry will reveal. No one expects him to hold back, says the source, noting that the tome is part of a $20 million deal with Penguin Random House for 4 titles. They assume he'll write about why he left the monarchy, how he suffered growing up, how the family handled the death of his mother, Princess Diana, and his conflicts with his father, Prince Charles. The book threatens to drive an even bigger wedge between Harry and his family. Charles and William have both made some terse comments to Harry about the memoir, but Harry's staying mum about its contents, adds the source. Writing has been cathartic for him, and he hopes it will help others. Despite Harry's brother and father not fully supporting his writing endeavors, cousins Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice fully have his back as he steps into his role as an author. They believe Harry's outspoken remarks may have been triggered because previously his voice and opinions were rarely heard within the royal family, a source told Vanity Fair of his cousin's support, adding that the royal sisters believe Harry is finally being listened to. The Duke of Sussex and Duchess Meghan Markle were recently seen dining out with Eugenie and her husband, Jack Brooksbank, in Santa Barbara while the princess and her spouse enjoyed a break from British life in California. Yet Harry was warned that dishing the dirt on his stepmother risks further damaging his own plummeting reputation both at home and abroad. Jonathan Sacerdote, royal expert and journalist, told that any explosive revelations could actually work in Camilla's favor. He said, it might dent her reputation, depending on what he says. If there are things in there that people don't like about how she's behaved or interacted with the family, I don't know if that's the case. But I think it might also have the opposite effect in that Harry and Meghan are increasingly unpopular in the UK because of their activities and statements. I think Harry revealing negative thoughts and opinions about Camilla may well actually help the British public accept her and like her because their public approval is dropping as time goes on, and hers is increasing. So, for them to discredit her in some way may have a negative effect on their intentions and a positive effect on her among the British public. Paul Burrell, Princess Diana's former butler, told earlier this month that Harry will be angry at his stepmother taking on a title that would have once belonged to his mother. He claimed, it'll be like a red rag to a bull for Harry, he'll be angry. While I don't think he has disdain for Camilla as a person, I think it'll rile him and he'll feel betrayed that she'll now be queen when that should have been his mother. He'll be livid. Harry's silence over the Camilla news speaks volumes according to one of his friends. The friend told earlier 3 weeks ago, although tensions have eased between the two of them over the years, it was more for a show of unity than a close relationship. There were big problems at the start, but as Harry and his brother William aged and matured, things got better and they can now coexist as adults. They were never close with her and they still aren't. Nonetheless, Harry's friend said that he has lots to say about the breakdown of his relationship with the firm. The friend added, people think he's keeping a low profile to respect the family, but it's not that. He's writing a book. He's got a multi-million-pound book deal and he's keeping a lot of his opinions for that. The memoir deal states that it should include personal details of personal and family arrangements. And it will be a really intimate take on his feelings about his family and what has gone in the breakdown of the relationship. If they think that he's gone soft, then they are mistaken. Just wait for the book to come out because that will shake the monarchy to its core. Mr. Sacerdote told that he could understand any grievances on Harry's behalf, particularly about Camilla becoming queen consort, but added that his situation is very different from hers. He said, "I certainly wouldn't rule out the idea that Prince Harry may not be totally comfortable with this, especially as he and his wife chose to step out of the royal family as working royals, and have had further privileges and titles taken away from them. I think you may feel that it's unjust to see that Camilla's had the opposite, which is having the honor bestowed upon her by Her Majesty the Queen. But they are very different situations and circumstances. She has entered the family and very slowly, over a great deal of time, shown herself to be a stalwart member and a hard worker. They have done the opposite, which is intentionally and voluntarily stepped out of the family. Even given a year of trial where they could come back should they so wish to, they chose to leave. So I think that if there is any air of jealousy or uncomfort that she's being given an honor and a title that they are losing, then it would be unjust and unfair of them, because it is a different situation and they chose their circumstances completely.